Here we are. So, as many of you will probably know, Battlefield 2042 had the shittest launch of any game I've ever seen. Sorry, I can't get my words out because it was like I got the beta, and to be honest, the beta was pretty buggy, but I thought, you know, these are normally a couple of months behind, and you know, everything will be fine come launch. And I honestly thought that. I thought no one can be so stupid when bringing out a game after Cyberpunk. I just never thought anyone would be that silly to bring out a game that was that buggy and unfinished. That, you know, I just can't. It boggles. It boggles. Anyway, why am I here? Because apparently, EA had a kind of a company town hall, and it's where you obviously get with all your employees, and you all have a free forum to kind of like tell them what you want to say. And some of the heads of EA blamed Battlefield's poor launch on Halo. Funny enough, because what happened with Halo was they did that little announcement the year before it actually was released to us. And I watched it with Jacob, and we both thought, oh my god, how shockingly shit does this look? And it really did look bad. It didn't look good at all. And you know, and they all got called out on it. You had the memes with Craig and all the other stuff, and they got called out on it, and they got roast that much online. They actually turned around and said, you know what? Right, we're going to leave it a year and actually have a good go at it and fix everything you're all talking about. And you know what? It came out, it was so polished. There was still bugs in it. There was still a few things wrong with it. But it came out, it was so polished that I thought, you know what? That year, they did right by themselves. Because if they'd have brought it out, I honestly think it would have killed Halo. Big time. It would have big time killed Halo. But, yeah, so why EA have decided to blame it on that is because they released a week or 2 weeks before Halo, something like that, or maybe a month. I can't really remember. And what they're saying is that when their game came out, there wasn't that much criticism. There wasn't that much criticism to it because everyone knows that DICE games, when they first come out, have a lot of bugs. And yeah, fair enough, they do, but not as many as they fucking did. Jesus Christ. So what they said was that, yeah, it came out, I think it was a week or two before, I'm just going to sit with that, and then Halo came out, and it was such a finished product compared to theirs that it made theirs look even worse compared to it, and everyone was making comparisons. And personally, I never saw anyone making a comparison to Battlefield and Halo. It's always Battlefield and Call of Duty. You never see Halo in the same field because it's a total different game, in my opinion, compared to them. And yeah, they were blaming it on that, not on their own selves for releasing it way too early, and obviously thinking, you know what, we spent enough time on this game, we don't want to spend any more money on it, let's send it out, let's ship it, seal it, let's go, and let everyone else deal with it. And I played it for the first week, and you know what, I wouldn't say I enjoyed it, but I played it and I thought, you know what, it's not too bad. I quite like it. There were some things on it that are absolutely shocking, but I ran into that many bugs that after a week I gave up. I give it up. I was just like, I'm not playing this game anymore until he fixes it. It's ridiculously shit. You know, and I had a few friends that bought the game and decided, you know what, one mate literally took it back and bought a gaming chair instead because he was like, I'm not playing that game, it is that shit. And you know what, I don't blame him because I wish I could have done the same, but I downloaded it, and yeah. But for EA to come out and pretty much say that Halo was, you know, a pretty big thing that kind of fucked him over, which I can't, but the mind boggles. Why didn't they, because I was on Twitter when the beta came out, and I was obviously reading stuff, and a lot of people were saying, you know what, this is pretty shit, this game needs sorting out, it's too slow, and it's buggy, and you can't do this, and you can't do that. Why didn't they listen? I don't think there was that much uproar in it compared to Halo. Because I think we'd have been waiting for Halo for a long time compared to between the Battlefields. So I think a lot of people were just like, yeah, okay, well. But if we'd have made so much more of a big deal of it, hey, you know, I honestly think they would have abandoned it for another year. Because after Cyberpunk, I think you've got to realise that Cyberpunk changed the game. Well, it should have changed the game, but it didn't do for Battlefield. It should have changed the game that it was to the point where, you know, PlayStation pulled it off the store because it was that shit. And it was that bad, and they were getting that many refund requests, and it was like they pulled it off the store and were just like, you know what, until you fix that, we are not selling that to anyone because it's not a game. Which, hey, fair dues, that is absolutely correct. And you know, Microsoft should have done the same. I think if Microsoft had done the same, it would have probably killed it, so it was a good job they didn't. But Jesus Christ. But for EA to come out and, well, obviously they're going to blame COVID, which they have done. They've blamed COVID, but yeah, blamed Halo. That's so bizarre. That's just weird. It is such an EA thing to do. Blame anyone but themselves, and you know, it just, I'm sorry, it just winds me up. Stop blaming anyone but yourselves. You're fucking idiots for bringing out a game that obviously wasn't ready, and you can't sit there and say it wasn't when you give everyone a beta and everyone was saying, it's a bit shit this, and they were like, oh, well, you know, it's a couple of months old, that beta that you're playing. Obviously fucking wasn't, because it was absolutely shocking. But yeah, anyway, let me know what you think. Leave a comment down below. Was Halo to blame? Me, personally? No, it fucking wasn't. But yeah, let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe and leave a like or a dislike if you didn't like the video. It lets me know, so I can know what's going on and what you like and don't like. I'll catch you next time.